Hello everybody, welcome back to Paint with Nate. I'm Nate and this is paint. And this is actually a paint I'm going to be using. Because last time I said we're going to move on and we're going to do his body sack here. So let's do that. So as I've just alluded, I'm going to go with the red because at the moment we've got a whole lot of just natural browns and pinks going on here. So I thought I'm going to add a bit of vibrancy to this and add a bit of old-fashioned scab red. And what I'm going to end up doing is making a burgundy. Now, I don't have a burgundy per se, so I'll use this, and I'll be adding a purple in a wash. So what I'm going to do is, yes, I am using, before you shout out, I am using a very fine brush to do this. That's mainly due to the fact that I've done all this skin work and I'm not going to then go and use a coarse brush and potentially mess it all up. Now, that's just a personal thing. If you want to use a bigger brush, that's up to you. But I'm always of the opinion that I'll just take a little bit more time. I'll take a little bit more time in the painting. I'll save myself some time going back and touching up bits later. Because if you've watched enough of my videos now, you've seen I'll start out pretty sloppy with things when it's a base coat and it doesn't matter, and end up being quite careful by the end. Obviously by the end you have to be, because you know, you're doing your detail work and you don't want your detail work to be messy. I'm just rambling now, but you know what I mean. You know, once a layer's done, once a step's done, I don't want to have to go back and redo it. Kind of what I'm saying. So get in there. So I toyed with kind of what color I was gonna do this sack of his, and I ended up deciding to go with red. Mainly because I wanted to break up some of the coloration. You know, with it all just being browns, I wanted to give, you know, the model a little something. Right, I am gonna swap brushes at this point. I've done all the edge work, and now I'm just gonna finish up the main bit. But yeah, as I was saying, I thought, blue's probably gonna clash with the brown, and I'll just go with red. You know, keeps him looking quite, because since he's got his body parts and things, we'll stick with that. So go for a nice burgundy, nice quite, you know, sanguine color. And let's get in here. We body parts to paint later. Those look like bones for the most part. So let's bone the color. Now for this knot, I'm going back to the other brush. Going back to my fine brush here. I'll just get all that in. I'll just find what I need later. Right. There we go. Leave that to dry, and we'll be back for some shading. See you in a minute. Okay, so the next step for my bag is to enhance the burgundy. I'm going to give it an ink wash, and rather than usually browning, which is very typical for doing red, I'm going to use a purple, and for this I'm going to use just Army Painter purple tone. I'm not going to need a lot of it, so just put a bit on there. Get my trusty brush and just apply it. Now I'm being careful putting this on because I don't want to overrun into the flesh, which I've already done, because I'd rather not have to go back and repaint. So I'm doing the edges first. Well, I'm nice and careful. Always handy doing the edges first on these things, just so you don't get impatient or get fatigued and make a mistake. If you do and you're quick enough, you can use a clean brush and go back and wipe it. Yeah. Right. So there we go. Not a huge step really, just a bit of an ink wash. But as you can see, not only is that this is quite tricky one to show. It's still quite glossy because it's wet, but you'll see better when it's dry. But that's kind of giving me more of a burgundy look and giving it a nice deep shade, which will be great to build highlights onto. But that's the next step. We've got to wait for this to dry first. So see you in a minute. Right, ink's all dry. So let's get some highlighting going on. So first thing I want to do, I'm going back to my original base coat of Scab Red. I'm just gonna touch it up a bit. So it's gonna paint the areas, well, the majority of it, but avoiding the recesses where I want the ink to kind of give me the shade. So just looking. Fortunately, the inks makes good guidance of where I need to go. Right, almost there. It's quite a lumpy bag, this actually. So Right, there we go. First highlight done. Just do the edge here. Bring that out a bit more. Not massively happy there. That's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of this, add to my palette. This bit there. That way you can see it. I'll just take a bit of regular blood red, which stock standard red. Way too much. Just a little bit. Mix that in. A tiny bit of white to that. Tiny bit. Yeah, just want that to lighten. And most importantly, especially because we're doing smooth things, you knew it, bit of medium. Because I don't want this to go on thick. I want that nice and thin. So now I've got that. Go in, pick it up. Just going for the raised areas here. It looks a bit much when it first goes on, but the medium's lightened it slightly, and as it dries, it'll smooth out a bit. If you do when you're painting this sort of thing yourself, it comes on, it's a bit too contrasting, you can go back with your base coat and paint over to paint the edges a bit, especially if you thin it. It helps to blend it in, or you can add a wash. So it's not the end of the world. You know, we're not do-over stage if this happens. But as you can see, as that's drying, it's blending pretty nice there. So I'm happy with that, and that's added a little bit of color. This otherwise very earthy ogre. So we're almost there with this guy. Now a few little things left to do. Got his club. We've got his teeth, his claws. Pardon me. And these heads to do. Bit of rope there. So we're almost there. Got to try to keep it interesting. I think I'll do his heads next. Okay, but that'll be next time. So thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and leave your comments down below. And we love getting the comments, and I love reading what you guys think. So let me know what you think, and I'll get back to you if you need a response. Thanks. Bye.